Hey guys, I just finished watching Batman Ninja. Just gonna give my thoughts on it. I liked the movie. I actually really did. I can tell just from watching it though that a lot of fans of the current DC movies probably not gonna like it so much. Um, if you're not a fan of anime, you're definitely not gonna like this movie. Um, I will say it is a lot more, say, lighthearted than the previous animated films. Um, a bit more family friendly, I would say that. The action sequences were top notch. There were more than a few leaps in logic throughout there. Like there was a part in the beginning where I'm not going to give away too many spoilers here, but there's a part in the beginning where, like, literally right within the first 5 minutes, where Batman is confronted by these samurai that are obviously wearing Joker-styled masks, and he's confronting him like he has absolutely no idea who they would be associated with. And my whole thing there was like, bruh, what is going on here? So as I'm gonna talk about the voice cast here for a second. Most of the voices are actually really top notch for this. You had Roger Craig Smith returning as Batman from being in the voice of Batman in Arkham Origins. He did a really great job in Arkham Origins, and he did a really great job in this movie as well. You had Tony Hale voicing Joker in this movie. Didn't like him so much as Joker in this movie. Kind of wish that that Troy Baker had returned for Joker as well, but they got Tony Hale, so great. Grey Griffin voices Catwoman. Good choice. Good choice. She did pretty good there. I think she's voiced Catwoman in a few other things. Just for reference, this movie itself is not based on, but inspired by some, like, little Batman shorts from DC Nation, if anybody remembers that. Back when they had Young Justice and Green Lantern both airing on Cartoon Network, they had these little animated shorts. And one of them, unfortunately, spawned the abomination that is Teen Titans Go. And unfortunately, on the Blu-ray for Batman Ninja, the first thing that comes on there is the trailer for Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which literally epitomizes everything I hate about Teen Titans Go by having a full minute-long fart joke as the trailer. And that's all I'm going to say about that one. Like I said, the action sequences are top-notch. The story kind of goes a little bit all over the place. I mean, it's got I'll give it this. It's got a definitive goal that they're trying to reach, and that they never really lose sight of. But in getting to that goal, you kind of go a little bit of a roundabout. I'll just say this: basically, at some point in the movie. So at some point in the direction of the movie, they're like, you know what? All these characters are in Japan, so we're going to fit in every Japanese stereotype we can. Which, I mean, if you're a fan of Japanese media, like anime and even Sentai, like I am, it's great. It is great. It is great seeing those characters in that setting. If you're not, you're just going to be wondering, WTF is going on? Yeah, something else I need to add in. This is the first time we're getting the four main Robins on screen together. You have Dick Grayson appearing as Nightwing. You have Jason Todd appearing as Red Hood. Tim Drake appearing as Red Robin, and Damian Wayne popping up as Robin. Of course, he's got an animal sidekick for some reason in this movie, but hey, why not? And, the whole thing revolves around, at the beginning, it revolves around Gorilla Grodd inventing this time machine for purposes that are really vague at the beginning of the movie, which he eventually kind of divulges later on. But that's really the basic plot of the movie is it's time travel. They get sent back in time to feudal Japan, and then Batman's got to beat his select villains from his rogues gallery, which I felt there was a lot of potential to do a lot more there with those, but it mainly just focused on Batman and Joker. But overall, it's still it was still a halfway decent Batman Joker story. I just would have liked to see, more done with some of the other villains. Like, I mean, they had Deathstroke in this movie, and they didn't do jack with him. I mean, but of course, if you keep up on a lot of the cartoons and games, then you're very familiar with Deathstroke kind of getting the short end in a lot of the outside media, especially a lot of the Batman media. Most people probably associate Deathstroke at this point as being a Green Arrow enemy, when I think they've probably only met twice in the comic books. But he was the big bad on season 2 of Arrow, but he does not do squat in this movie. He just seems to be there because it was a nice. It seemed to complement the whole samurai thing that they had going on with a lot of the main villains. And that just seemed like the easiest transition was to take a guy who already used swords and put him in samurai armor. But anyway, I digress. Moving on. Let's talk animation here. Okay, I do not like when they do these like high-profile productions and pick a studio that predominantly does the 3D CGI. In my opinion, they would have done so much better had they gone with, something that approaches more 2D cell animation. I can't really fault them for going the route that they did, since overall it actually did look really well. But I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's the same thing with the Netflix Godzilla movie, which that's supposed to be a 3-parter. I'm not really a fan of that, especially since the first Netflix Godzilla film effectively had nothing to do with Godzilla for most of the movie. You didn't actually see the actual Godzilla until the end of that movie. Sorry for spoilers. But I mean, like I said, overall the movie itself was really enjoyable. If you're not a fan of anime, like I said, you're not going to enjoy this movie. If you only like what DC is currently putting out in the theaters and their current direct-to-DVD line, you're not going to like this movie. That's strictly it. This movie was... I'm not exactly sure what the target audience for this movie was, but I mean, I guess I could say that the target audience would be like guys like me. But like I said, it doesn't seem like they're trying to cater to their traditional fan base with this one. Which, yeah, so it's sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's great to step out of their comfort zones, but they kick the dial way past 11 in some of these points of the movie, and I think that would lose a lot of people with it. But overall, I'm glad the payoff was still great. It was a very enjoyable film. I would definitely recommend it to several people in my social circles, but I would have a hard time recommending I would have a hard time recommending somebody who traditionally just likes the hardcore action flicks that, or stuff like the theatrical Batman or Batman the Animated Series. I'd have a very difficult time recommending this to them. It would be a watch once and great, you got that experience out of the way, but I don't see them owning it. But anyway, thanks for listening. Those are my thoughts on the whole thing. I'll probably do some more later, see what else is going on. But thanks for checking it out. Like and subscribe. All right, bye.